Hello everyone. I wanted to create a video just to introduce myself and to give a little bit of a description or preface behind why I am even creating this lab material in the first place. So let me do a quick introduction of myself. So my name again is Tony Anderson. I am a husband and a father. I am currently studying data management and analytics, probably just like you, here at Western Governors. I am a business intelligence analyst for a data company, and I'm also an entrepreneur. I've started my own business. Um, that company is called Hive.xyz, and it's actually where you're finding all these videos. I started that business with a friend of mine, and we're working to make it better. Now, I thought about making these SQL videos, and there were a lot of reasons why I didn't want to make them. Um, the thing is, I'm a pretty busy person. I have a lot going on. I'm in school, I have a full-time job, I run my own business, I'm even raising a family. So, like a lot of you, I have a lot going on. And there are already a lot of other resources available. But ultimately, it came down to my experience with SQL. I had a really, really bad time taking the exam. And ultimately, I came away from it feeling like the biggest thing that I needed was practice with SQL. See, I studied for a lot of hours. I read through all the material, I made a lot of flashcards, and I took the first exam and I failed. It was awful. I really struggled through it. It was very difficult. And, I was convinced that if I sat down and really buckled down, I'd be able to really get it. But I failed the second time. And to just help you understand how serious I was, I actually completed this entire notebook. There are over roughly 300 pages of notes where I actually wrote down the entire content of the material for the course to prepare. And I still was not prepared when I took that second exam. Now, I was doing a little bit of coding with SQL in Oracle's web development, their web app that they have online, the Oracle Live SQL. That was really the only place that I'd practiced the code. Everything else, I had it all up here. And that was the big difference. But I was really discouraged, but I made a big decision. I buckled down, I downloaded Oracle SQL Developer, and I practiced. I told myself that I was not going back into that test until I had practiced using every type of code in the material. And again, that took a long, long time. I spent hour after hour after hour. I'd put in 8 hours a day studying for weeks, and I probably over prepared, but the problem was is I just felt like I didn't have a lot of guidance. Now for this third time around, I did get, a little bit more guidance from my instructor, but ultimately it was putting the time in practicing the material that really made a difference. So that's what I decided to do, was to create some labs so that if other students who felt discouraged wanted to understand me, get some direction, I figured maybe I'd give a little bit of direction with the type of practice that I did. Now, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be comprehensive, that I will cover every single scenario that you might run into. And I can't guarantee that by doing these that you'll pass the test. I can't guarantee that. And I'm also not guaranteeing, in fact, I'm not going over at all what's on the test. I won't answer that question. I won't talk about that. But what I will do is I'll go over the material. I'll try my very best to cover it enough to make sure that you feel comfortable or I feel comfortable going over each different type of any specific material that's part of the curriculum. So what happened? I finally passed the test, and it was really crazy. The day I took the test, I applied for a job, and it was not a day later after I'd passed that test that I got an interview for a job as a business intelligence analyst. And within a couple of weeks of having passed the Oracle test, I got a job. And now I work as a business intelligence analyst. So it's really, really, really great. I think it's been a great experience. And ultimately, I really just want you to know that you can do this. It's not impossible. And some of you out there might feel like I've over prepared, or some of you might feel like maybe I'm going too in depth. But for some people, this test is very, very hard. I know that some people took it their first time and they got over 90%. And, I'm a pretty intelligent person and I really struggled through this. I mean, there are people that do Oracle SQL development for Oracle and they still really struggle for this test. And it's because they really want to know that you've mastered this material. And so I just really want to let you know that you're not alone. If you feel like you're struggling, you feel like you're discouraged, um, just know that we can get through this. And I intend to have these videos be so that we can create a dialogue. If you have questions or comments, you want to continue to elaborate on a particular subject, I'm happy to go into that. And ultimately, I'm doing these because I feel like, because I was blessed with the opportunity to pass that test, I want to pass along anything and any tools that I have to anyone else who might have felt as discouraged and frustrated as I did. So, with that in mind, I hope you enjoy the lab material that I create, and hopefully, you can inspire me to create more. And together, we can explore Oracle and get past this test and move on to building the career that brought you here in the first place. We'll see you in the labs.